Welcome back, folks. Okay, I'm starting on the mid-deck stanchions, which prepares the top of the deck for taking the top deck. So these are the stanchions. What I've done is I've marked out the 66 millimeters, which is 33 mils either side of the center line. These are the bits. This is where it'll be cut eventually. I think from 8, 7, 6 and 5 will all be cut. 9 doesn't get cut. Yeah. Okay, so what I planned, I marked the 66 mils and on the top as well. Tried to do it as straight as I possibly can. Not easy. But what I'll do is I'll paint these. Not the tops, obviously, because that's going to be holding the deck. But I'll paint the red either side, and then we'll position them. I'm not going to cut them out until afterwards. Doesn't make sense if I do. I'll put them in position first. But before we do that, I'll paint these, and then I'll start cutting the stanchions, which is 2 different sizes of wood. One has to be scraped to make the profile. The profile is, you take the square, you're then going to go put a groove in each of these sides like that. It's not a square, it's 1 by 2, so it's enlarged, it's that size. So the groove is going to go like that. It's going to be interesting how they do it. Okay, when I get to that, I'll come back to you. Okay, I've started making the stanchions using the old scraping tool down the centre. You see how you end up with a profile like a clover leaf, 4-leaf clover. Don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to get it where you can. There you go. So I haven't done the full strip because I'm going to cut 10 pieces now at 12 millimeters, so that's 12 centimeters. It's only about that much. Don't mock me, I can't guess 12 centimeters, but I'll do it with my cutting tool. And then I've got the 4x4, which has to be cut into 6 millimeter pieces. So, and then these bits get stuck on top of these bits, and then they get painted, and that becomes the stanchions for the uprights. So come back to me when I've got some pieces cut. So 10 pieces at 6 millimeter, 10 pieces at 12 millimeter. It doesn't look it, does it? But basically, one of these is equivalent to 2 of these. So these have to be stuck on here. Obviously as close to the centre as it's possible to get it. And it helps if you have a flat surface to start with. Thankfully when I cut them, put them there like that. So, let's give it a try. One little blob of glue. Eagle eyes amongst you will spot that I put new nozzles on my super glue. I've also unveiled the thin super glue because there are some places where I want to use thin. just like that. Not worried about falling over. The trouble using a long nozzle like this is it takes ages for the glue to get to the end, but because it's such a fine nozzle, you don't get a super splurge of glue coming out, which is great. You only get a little drop, which is all you need for these. Okay, I'll carry on sticking these. Come back to you when there's 12 done. Okay guys, I've put the cross pieces in on the mid deck. You can see that I've painted the inside of this one, and I've painted the inside of this one here. That's because they're the ends of the opening. But I hope you can also see that on the top of each of these I've got the marks where I'm going to put, that's where the hole goes to. So when I do the planking, I'll plank up the side here, and when the planking's done, then I'll cut out these formers here. But before that, I've got to put these stanchions, I suppose they're called. I've got them half painted. I'll wait for that to set and I'll paint the bottom half, and then each one will be adjusted to fit underneath the appropriate stanchion. So I don't, well, 10 we make, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So okay, I'm waiting for it all to set, and paint to dry and glue to set, and then I'll come back to it. So a few seconds for you, about an hour for me. Right, I'm back. I just put these two planks in here to check that these were at the right height, because if you look at all of these, they're in roughly in the right positions. They're all just slightly too long, so they're all going to have to be trimmed back. Let me see if I can, you can just see it. They're all about anything from half to a millimetre too high. These are glued in now, so they're correct, they're in the right position. And these are, I measured them all, they're all 18 or, well, between 18 and 19. I think some have got up to 19. Them I can understand peeling back, but the 18mm ones, that one I know is 18mm, it's just a slight bit too long. So I'm going to have to trim them to fit them underneath. As I say, I just use these to check that, yes, that's, everything's level. Can't get it back in there. And you can see, if that's put in, they're not, if anything, they're sitting a smidgen higher than that piece there was. But that's why I put 2 in, because going from here up, that is level. You can see that's level. And when I come to plank, which will probably be tomorrow, I'll use a couple of spacers just to make sure you're in the right place. But right now I'm going to trim these down with my Dremel. I've got one of these little gizmos like Greg has that you can set your Dremel somewhere else, but I don't know where all the parts are for it. Oh yes I do, just found them all. I might dig them out, but then I need somewhere to set the Dremel, so in the meantime I shall use the trusty Dremel for the sanding. I'll put a new sanding block on it, and we'll see how we get on. Okay, back shortly. Okay guys, there we go. I call these stanchions because that's what they remind me of. It's basically the supports for the deck. Remembering that these ones will be cut. These will stay, so there'll be a hole, a hatch if you like, there so you can see everything that goes on underneath. Now, I'm going to start decking tomorrow. I'm going to start from here. But it's only going to be, you see the big gaps there. Why have I got big gaps there? I don't know. I won't be doing, I'll only be sticking these as far as here. But I will put a touch of glue up the top just to keep the alignment right. So it won't be done like that. It'll be done every plank will be done. I'm really intrigued by the gap I ended up with over on this side. Not to worry, it'll all come out in the wash. Yeah, see a big gap all the way up. Okay, that's it for today. Let all that set and settle in. Not going to try and cut them out at the moment. A few seconds for you, overnight for me. Good morning all. Okay, deck planking. Let's get the lights all in the right place. Sorry if you're getting a little bit of bloom. Okay, I'm going to start off by just tacking this in several places, maybe here, here and here. It's only there as a guide, so I've got my center line and my lines lined up. Once I've done that, I'll then start doing the rest of it, because these next ones, so again, they're also only going to be tacked in, but they have to tack up a bit further. The differences between this one and this one and this one. No, can't be right. Okay, I need to look up my instructions to see where these go to. Something doesn't ring right, because I can't see the next one starts from there. It's that one. This one's going to be okay. Okay, I've got it. It's this one here, and then the next one, i.e. from here, will go up to there. Okay, that's it. Okay, problem solved. Okay, let me just get set up to tack these in, and well, this be glued at this end, but tacked further up. Okay. Yes, yeah. I'm going to put you on high speed with some music as usual. Let me just reposition the camera so you can see what I'm working on. Don't have to move too much. I think that might do it. Always a fun part, trying to get the camera set so you can see what I'm doing. Now, it's going to be out of my headline, because otherwise I'll butt it with my head. Okay, you'll be on high speed with some music in a second. Now I'm going to let this set for a little bit, because I've switched to white glue. The cyano is just misbehaving today for some reason, so I switched to white glue for all this. It needs to have time just to set. It's fast drying, so it won't take long. So I managed to get the hatch position marked out. I put some guide rails in, and we'll let that set, and then I'll be able to start trimming things away, and be able to carry on and finish it. So I'll have a little break while that's setting, and I'll come back to you. Guys, you're probably bored looking at this by now. So, I'm going to have a break anyway. I'll finish this off in a little while. I'll probably put you back on play with high speed and some music again. Unless I've got too much already, in which case I'll probably leave it. And you'll see it when it's completed and before I start trimming off the ends here and the hatch. Okay, I'll see you shortly. Right guys, I'm sure you can see that I'm doing the very fine strips down the sides, all the way back to here. You can see my finger there? No, back to here. So, I'm not going to film all this because a lot of it's been done off camera. Over here on my workbench, that's over there, and there somewhere. So I'll come back to you when I'm ready to start trimming these, and we'll see how it goes. It's looking quite good so far. The fun part's going to be sanding it. Okay guys, it's all blanked. I've cut out this T6 template. As you can see, it fits quite neatly on the deck. So it means my build so far is going to what they plan. I was originally going to measure these out and mark them on the deck. I decided I'd just go along and mark corners with a pin on each of the shapes apart from this one, which is already cut out. So I did that and then joined up the corners using my straight edge, and there you can see all the bits after. Some of them get painted and some get cut out. I know these get cut out and this one gets cut out. I think this one gets cut out, although I'm not sure. It goes right across a former, so I think that might just be a painted. But before I do marking or cutting out, I'm going to be sanding the whole deck. So I should be doing that next, but I'm going to let the glue set and then I shall trim these corners off. I'm leaving these in for the time being. So I'm going to sand the whole deck, give it nice and smooth. And then I think I'm going to stain it before I do the cutouts. I'm going to stain it oak, which isn't too dark a colour. I don't want it too dark because there are some walnut pieces on here which are dark. So you get sort of 3 shades of brown. Sapele, which is mahogany, oak and walnut. What I'll do is I'll put some of each on a piece of wood so you can see the difference. No point using that, looks like a bit of little bit of oak. But yeah, I'll take a piece of birch and I'll do it on that, and I'll let you see what happens. Hello again, guys. Right, I did the little test. You can see 4 different colours of stain there. Going from this end. That's oak, pine, sapele and walnut. So which colour do you think is best for the desk? I'm now looking at this and I'm thinking pine would probably be the best on there. Oak was going to be too light. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with pine. Pine's quite nice. Sapele, I think it's a bit too dark for what I want. So I think it's going to be pine. But that's going to be like tomorrow before I get to that. I'm just going to let this set now and I'll have a little break with a cup of coffee and come back to it. I want to do the sanding. Okay guys, I've given it a coat of pine stain. Only just been done, so it's still dry, and that's why it looks patchy at the moment. It's not really patchy when you see it. It's quite a nice colour. What I've got left to do is remark these plank endings. See where I rubbed them out with my sanding. I'll put them back in a little bit stronger, plus the ones which haven't been done yet. Mark them and then do the cutouts, and then we'll move on to the next phase. That won't be till tomorrow. Okay, that'll be it for this week's or tonight's video. If you like what I'm doing, like, subscribe, share it with your friends. If you subscribe, you'll see a bell icon will come up. That's the notification icon. If you click on that, you'll be notified when new videos are updated to the site, which in my case is a Monday and a Thursday evening, when I've got something to show you. I think you'll agree that I've done quite a bit this week, so I'm quite pleased with that. And okay, hope to see you on the next one.